Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. So, for all of you guys who seen my community posts, I was rather excited this morning as I woke up and had my coffee. I look on, and sure enough, Upchurch dropped a video. Okay, and he's probably asleep right now, but man, you guys, this is like very, very telling. Okay, and when I watched that video, I'm like, damn. I'm like, I just did a live about this yesterday. Like my whole insight and gut intuition on this shit. This goes back to a lot of things. Okay. First off, what I want to point out is this is basically something like I always say to people that I've said from day one is you don't forget where you came from. Okay. And I found that very interesting because if you guys paid attention to whenever Ryan announced that his album is dropping soon, the Blue Jeans album, he stated and said very, very loudly that he's going to be paying attention to who shares his music. Okay. And before people start to jump and think that, he needs people to share his music to get him, up and going with his new album, that's not what it's about. Okay. What it's about is to see which of these motherfuckers are real and which ones are the fake ones. Okay. Something else that he pointed out that I talked about yesterday, in my opinion, was how many times he, as well as his supporters, have supported certain artists and individuals and have helped get them to where they are. Okay. Now, what's really interesting is this all, in my opinion, stems back to some of the videos, if you guys pay very close attention, that Ryan had shared quite some time ago. There was a couple of guests that had came to his home, and we've seen some clips of that. And I immediately, you guys, because I kind of thought at that point in time, I'm like, I could kind of see. And like I said, I'm not even into the whole music, you know, aspect stuff at all. I don't pay attention to a lot of these people and stuff, but I pay very close attention to body language. Okay. That's something that I'm usually very spot on about. And I can tell you right now, I thought to myself, okay, there's a reason why he is sharing this. Because if you guys recall, during that time frame, that was back at the Black House that Ryan had, moved into for a short time. And the reason why I say timing is everything is because if you guys also pay attention, that was shortly after a time when Ryan was not very active, on social media and stuff. We didn't hear a lot from him because he was having the internet issues and stuff like that. Well, what I found to be very, very interesting is he's already announced this, and I talked about this yesterday, that he stated, and it's so fucking weird about timing, you guys, just having this live yesterday and talking about this. And then he did this live late last night, early morning, pretty much confirming exactly what I said about when I told you guys that he did that story, that live video months back, announcing that, all the people that have been to his home, that he has heard everything that people have said. And he threw in the part about it's what people did not say or could have said. Okay. Like I said, there was a reason why he shared that months back, you guys. So for these people out there, okay, who have pretty much, in my opinion, tried to use this man to gain, like I talked about yesterday, they were already warned. They were warned. I mean, people are not stupid. People collectively should know that this is a very sharp-minded person. That he is, I mean, his mind is dangerous. you know? And so what I found to be very, very interesting here is he also, talked, what did I say yesterday, guys? I said that, his supporters, his supporters are his number one. He recognizes that, he appreciates that because that's what's helped mold and build, this iconic person and what he has worked so hard for. So whenever he says on that video, and he says whenever his supporters look down at a tattoo that people have had, or the Holler Boy logo, or the Holler Boy sticker in the back of their trucks, he wants his fans to look at that and to be proud of that and not to ever look down at that and be like, man, that was a dumb choice. I shouldn't have done that. I regret that. Okay. If that does not speak volumes of the authenticity of a person and what their goal is, then I don't know what does. Okay. And that's what scares the hell out of these shady ass people out there, you guys. Because here's something else that people need to really carefully pay attention to. And this goes back to comments that have been dropped on, things that he has shared and stuff. When people sit there and they say, hey, you know, I don't agree with this. I don't think you should be at war with this person or that person. Well, here's something to think about. And here's something that is a very, very important question for those folks is, how did you learn and hear about some of these other artists? Okay. Did you hear and discover and learn about some of these shady artists through Creek Squad and through Ryan using his larger platform, okay, to share and to highlight a lot of these individuals? If I had to guess, I'm going to say yes. Okay. Now, people may not understand this, but this is where he and I are a lot alike. Okay. Because this goes back to previous channels that I've had to where, I'm very selective. And if I highlight somebody, and you guys know this with all my channels, if I've highlighted somebody in the past, a certain content creator or somebody, and then I have later discovered, like, oh, they're no good. I found out this about that person. I call the shit out, call it out, right? And the reason why that's so important to talk about is because it's kind of Ryan's way of, letting his supporters know, like, hey, I may have shared this person's stuff, but you know what? I don't believe in that person anymore. It's more on the lines of protection to the supporters. I don't think it's got anything to do with feeling like any of these people are above him or better than him. Okay. I feel that there is a very it's almost alarming. There's a very big, big problem going on. I feel. I feel that there are people out there whom he has helped, who have strongly, I've said this from day one, strongly taken advantage of him. People who want desperately what he has. Okay. And I'm not just talking about the whole, music aspect. Okay. I think that a lot of these people, they have wanted Creek Squad. They have wanted the supporters that this man has. And what is so funny to me is that a lot of people who don't seriously look back and see the big picture here and understand it for what it is people fail to realize, this man, he did not have to go buy his supporters. Okay. He doesn't have to go and beg for people to support him. The people who have been loyal for a very long time, or even new people, like myself, who have only known about this man for like the last year and a half, people support him because of one thing. He's authentic. He is real. Okay. He's not one of these people who's going to bullshit people to get to where he is. He's done everything on his own. So here's something that I admire is He's been playing a game for a long, long time with people. He's told these dummies, "Hey, hey, don't forget who's came to my crib and what you've said." If that was not a warning, and if these people did not think for a second that this man is so smart and so fucking talented that he would not be smart enough to record conversations, okay? You know why? I don't think that that was to hold something over these people's head, okay? I think that this was to back up whatever the fuck they may go run their mouth about and try to lie and, throw people off and possibly try to throw Ryan under the bus. But Ryan's like, "Oh, no, 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 motherfucker. Like, I'm smarter than you. Gonna record this shit." And you know what? You know what's so fucking great about that, you guys, is because all these people, and I can think of two that were at the same time at his house that we've seen video of. And I knew when I seen the video, the second one, then I put it together in my mind. I'm like, I'm like, he's doing this for a reason. Okay. He's allowing these people into his home for a reason. He's showing us this for a reason. All right. So here's the thing. These people, in my opinion, are squirming. They don't like the fact that he is real. He knows what people have said. People can now not sit there and come back and say, "Oh, he's this, he's that, he said this, he said that." Okay. They can't do that. You want to know why? Because that man has the whole fucking conversation. Okay. And if he lets that whole conversation out, you see, that's going to be a big, big problem for quite a few people. Because what's going to happen is then they're going to really look like fucking fools. Okay. So when I told you guys yesterday that I really feel and believe that this man is smart and he always keeps something in his back pocket, this is exactly what I was talking about. Okay. And then you know what else I find really interesting is he had said, "Don't show up at my gate. Don't threaten me with, saying you've been in prison," and, he don't give a shit. And that is telling because you know what, you guys, people who are not guilty of something, people who have nothing to hide, do not freak the fuck out. Okay. There is no reason to run and to try to correct something if you've done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? I think that there is such a level of thirst and disrespect in a lot of aspects whenever it comes to friendships, with this man. Ryan said it right out of his own mouth, talking about how many people's backs that he has scratched and people that he has tried to help. So for all the people out there who, still to this day have negative things to say and just, you know, nasty opinions on this man, this is one of the million things that I love and respect and admire the most about him is no matter how many times people have dragged him down, used him, abused him, he's still solid. He's still standing. He's still making shit happen. And if you guys did not hear the video that he just did, it goes back to one thing. It goes back to you guys. It goes back to all of us, the people who support him and believe in him and support him for who he is. Okay. All these other people out there, you guys, they're distractions. They're distractions. You can identify, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys what it is. It's a lot like it's like a authentic Louis Vuitton bag versus a fucking made in China fucking phony one. Okay. You can identify the real from the fake a mile away. A mile away. Okay. And you know what? Also, it is the authentic one is the one that will last forever. The fucking cheap made in China one, the knockoff one, That will only stay popular for a short time. And guess what? It'll be worn out. It won't be worth a fuck. Okay? That goes hand in hand with people as well. So all these people that are out there who sit there and they are intimidated and they are freaking out right now, blame yourself. Blame yourself because I guarantee you, there is no proof out there that Ryan actually took his hands and opened your mouth and forced you to say what you said. Okay. People are going to be more mad over the fact that he was smart enough to catch your asses and to say things. He has worked entirely way, way, way too hard. Way too hard. Do you guys know how proud he is of his supporters who throw that Holler Boy sticker on their vehicles and stuff? If you guys pay attention to his Instagram stories and stuff, he dedicates so much time putting together videos and stuff showing how many supporters, represent. And I don't think that that is to be like, oh, ha, 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 look at me. I got this many supporters who do this and that. That's not what it is. He's doing that because he's thanking his supporters because he truly appreciates it. And that's the difference. So all these people out there, they are so thirsty for what he has. And people know they can't take away what the man has built. And he is a threat to a lot of people. And you know what's really scary though? And I'm going to tell you guys honestly, because recently I was looking at the tour schedule that he has set up. And just in the last, I don't know, last 24 hours, I just had like a very strong, like gut vibe. Like, there's one that's going to be taking place down on the riverfront in Cincinnati. It's going to be kind of like a lot of artists, okay? And I just thought to myself, I don't know why I feel this, you guys. But I just feel I really feel strong that he should dip out of that one and not do that show. And a lot of people, including Ryan, may say, like, man, what the fuck's she on? I'm not going to listen to her. What does she know? But I can't explain it. I don't know why I feel that one in particular. But the reason why I say this, and it's not to alarm people or to sound crazy or anything like that, but when you have an artist who is such a threat to so many people, okay, you have to first ask yourself why. Okay, why is this person a threat to so many people? How far would people go to possibly silence Ryan or to, you know, make him, non-existent in the music industry so that some of these people can take over, okay, and possibly take over all of his supporters and his fans and stuff. Because see, here's one thing, you guys. Here's a difference. There are a lot of people who want to do this for the wrong reasons, for the money, for the fame, all of that. And Ryan had stated, he's got multiple houses. He has money in the bank. But at the end of the day, this goes back to what I said yesterday on my live, is the only thing that's important to him at the end of the day is his supporters. And he's not a person who it's about the money. I mean, for crying out loud, when he went through that difficult time and was very personal in his life, I'll say it again, telling people that the only thing that he, spends money on really every day is chocolate milk and a can of chew. Okay. You need to look around. You need to look around at other people. You need to look around at the competition, the threat, and you need to do the comparison here. Okay. Because I don't see Ryan being the one who's stirring up shit and being the problem. Okay. Ryan's only a problem because Ryan's not a dumbass. Ryan sees through people who, you know, intend to come off as, oh, we're friends or, I got your back. You know what? He's woke up. He's woke up. And I said this months back, you guys, when all this other bullshit happened to this young man. I said, you know what? I said, this man, these things are going to make him stronger. He's going to go further. But what else did I say? And if you guys paid attention to my lives on the previous channel, you guys will recall me saying this. I said, it's going to make him put his guard up and to be very leery of who he trusts. Okay. So you sit there and you think, because I'm sure that Ryan has probably scratched his head and, talked to God and asked a million times, like, why is this shit happening to me? Why does this keep happening? Why? It's all for a reason. Timing. It's all for a reason. Okay. I think that all of this stuff that has happened and all the things that have came out was to pretty much bring it to his attention, because when I say naive, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way or in a bad way. Okay. I feel that he has been innocent for a very, very long time. He has wanted to see the good in people and to believe in people. Okay. And sometimes when you are doing something for the right reason and you are genuinely a good person, sometimes it's very, very hard for us to identify the wrong people. I mean, this has happened to myself. And sometimes once you really start to, see that, okay, these people are not right, man, I've been fucked over. It affects you at the end of the day. And if you've never had that happen, a lot of you won't understand that. But I can relate heavily with him when it comes to that. And I think this is why I'm able to see straight through the bullshit and see through individuals and see through people, you know? I mean, on my previous channel, I was calling out individuals who hardcore said that they were for Creek Squad and questioned a lot of people. I really did. And a lot of people, they didn't understand why. Okay. They didn't understand why I was thinking things. They weren't thinking, a lot of that. But I have reason. I have reason, you guys, because I pay very close attention. Because again, I'm not a music person. Okay. But I'm very, very smart. And I pick up on body language. I pick up on bad juju. And I always tell people, when you get a gut vibe on something, whether it is something or someone, it's for a reason. Okay. And a lot of the times people, they overlook things. They may not see what people with this gift have. And I can tell you right now, that man, if I had to guess, he had those vibes on certain people. He had vibes on those people when he invited them over. And I think that it worked to his advantage. I really do. Because you guys also know, like what he said too. What did I say yesterday in my live? I said that this motherfucker hears everything. Okay. People will come out of the woodwork and share with him things. And what did I say yesterday? I said that. And what does he turn around and say today? He talks about that and says, that people show up at his house telling him things and all this shit. Okay. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to act like, oh, I'm a Miss freaking know-it-all. But no, what my point is when you seriously support and you watch and you listen. Okay. And there's a difference in supporters. You have people who support the music. You have people who support the art. You have people who support the true crime side of him. And then you have other people who critically support all aspects of him. Okay. Which helps us understand how his mind works, which I've been studying for a very long time, you guys, because for some people who think that he just gets on and rambles and, isn't making sense. He is making sense, whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, eh, and I've said this 100 times. He shows you how he comes up with things that he says. I mean, it doesn't get more fucking blunt than that. But then you get all these people, all these fucking nobodies who want to be somebody. You guys need to take a look around. How many of those nobodies who are now somebodies lied? And I talked about this yesterday. Lied to their supporters and said that they would never sign. They would remain independent artists. And now look how much they have been sucked into the industry, how much they have been sucked into the media. And you know what? They fell right into that trap on their own fucking self. And in my opinion, for greed and to be labeled as somebody. Okay? Because some of these people who have signed and sold their soul to the fucking devil of the music industry, all right? Sure, their music's being played on the radio. They're being highlighted. We're seeing them all over social media, but does that mean that they're any better? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I've said this from day one, you guys. If Ryan's music was not a threat, if he was not a threat to the damn music industry, if his music was being played on every radio station, like so many of these other artists, do you not think he would be fucking number one to the nation like he is already to his supporters? Come on. And these people fucking know that. These people know that. They are scared to death for that man to seriously light up, to light up. I believe that. I really do. And you know what? It seems like I think that some of these people think that this man would bow down and throw in the towel and sign with sign with the fucking crooked ones. Okay. But people are learning. That's what they hate about him. That's what I feel. They hate that he does not have to give in, that he does not have to be like them, and that he on his own can do all of this and have everything that they cannot have. So do you think for a damn second that he is not going to be smart as hell and protect what he has worked his ass off for, and he hears some bullshit talk? Do you think he's not smart to do that, to record people? He absolutely is smart to do that. Because why? It's not to hold something over these motherfuckers' heads. I don't believe that. I think it is to be for his account, for his accountability as a human, and for his supporters. It's so that these people cannot come back and say, oh, he said this, he said that. No, he's doing that for you guys. He is doing that for you guys so that when these people try to turn the table on him and make him look like the bad person and steal his limelight, he can come back and be like, oh, no, motherfucker, this is what you fucking said. And actually, you know what? This is what you said about this person, that person. Now we're going to bring it all fucking to the table. And here your ass is on fucking audio, bitch. That's what he's doing. Okay. So for all these people out there who are like, oh, he's crazy, oh, he sits around and records people. He's damn fucking smart for doing that. Damn smart for doing that. And this is why these motherfuckers are going to be squirming. It's not because of Ryan recording them or Ryan being any better or smarter than them. It's because they know what they likely said. Or a bigger possibility that they can't remember what they said. Because I always say this, you guys, it's always, always important and a good rule to always tell the truth the first time. Because see, liars, when they lie about something, they backpedal, and sometimes their story is not consistent. It doesn't stay the same. So if I had to guess right now, because I've not heard any of these audio things, I don't know these people, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am willing to bet money on it that Ryan will announce or could possibly announce that there are many hiccups and lies out of people's mouth. Okay. That's what I felt. I feel that there's a lot of lies that have been told. And I have a feeling that those lies were possibly told to Ryan in conversations and stuff to possibly bait Ryan to be the person to maybe announce lies or something. Okay. And maybe that tool and that tactic is going to come back to bite those people in the ass. Okay. Because what people don't truly understand and recognize, if people have not paid very close attention here, Ryan is a very deep critical thinker. Okay. He thinks about every single thing that he does. And people haven't believed me when I've said this, but I think that people are slowly starting to understand and see that that is the truth. Because why? Why do I tell you guys he critically thinks before reacting and doing certain things? It's because his main goal is to have a name. Okay. And we're not talking about being number one or anything like that. What I am meaning is he cares so much about the people, the real true people who support him, who have helped make his career and his music what it is today. There is no way in hell, no way in hell that he is going to do anything purposely on his own to jeopardize that, to jeopardize the image of what he has worked so hard for. There's not a lot of genuine people out there like that, okay, who operate like that and think like that. And that is what makes him a threat. Because these other people, you guys, they may say that they care about their damn fans and stuff like that. They don't give a fuck. They don't. No. Because if they did, they would be doing things in that same mannerism. They would have that same mindset. Now, sure, I take that back. Do they love their fans? Absolutely. Maybe. Yeah, because that's, the ones paying their fucking bills. Whereas to Ryan is totally different. Ryan doesn't need his fans to pay for his lifestyle, to pay for everything that he has. Okay? If you guys haven't paid attention, this man, he's not wanting, a $25 million fucking penthouse, all decked out and stuff. You know what he did? He went right back to Ghost Ranch, the first property that he bought. He put some TLC and love into that home. And what's one thing that he says? He points out to all the views of that property and says, he has like over 300 and something acres. And that's what he loves. He doesn't have to have something that you see like on MTV Cribs. I mean, the guy is simple, pretty fucking simple. How many times do you guys watch videos to where he's wearing a Tractor Supply beanie hat or trucker hat? Are you kidding me? With that dude's money, he could be wearing a fucking damn Gucci hat. And he's wearing a Tractor Supply hat or a cat hat. I mean, that speaks volumes, okay? It speaks volumes. And what he has brought to the table is something that nobody else has done. Nobody else has done it in the way that he has been able to do it. And what I told you guys before about during that whole time of all the shit that he was going through with his family, that was mentally draining for so many of us who, looked at that as a situation as like, wow, you took a step back. It wasn't so much about somebody that we support, but we then, looked at him as what he is still today, a victim. And it really opened our eyes to so many things. And when you really think about it, for all these people out there who, have tried so hard to paint and to display an image of this man for what he is not, when you really step back and you think about the hard shit that other people have put him through, and you see how he is climbing and where he is today and what he does on the daily, I mean, that's untouchable shit. Okay. There are not many people out there like that. So for all these people who befriended this man or used him to try to gain, shame on you. Shame on you. Don't show up at that man's fucking gate and demand respect or get pissed off over some stupid shit that your dumbass pulled up and fucking rolled into and opened your stupid ass mouth because you guys thought that you could take advantage of him and that, oh, he's scared of me, or, oh, we're homeboys. Oh, nobody will hear this or that I say. Oh man, I fell right into his trap. You did. You did. You're the dumb son of a bitch. He's not. Get off his fucking dick. You want to make a name for yourself? You want the fans that he's got? Then get off your fucking ass, work, do the work that he has put in. Then you will earn the respect. You will earn the true supporters, okay? But as far as Creek Squad goes, and as far as all the supporters who are loyal to freaking Upchurch, you're never going to have that, okay? You're never going to have that. Because what sets you guys differently and not alike is one of you are genuine and one of you is a knockoff fucking Louis Vuitton bag, okay? Guess which one's authentic? We already know. You guys have a long, long way to go. And you know what really makes you guys look stupid is me, myself. I'm not even into fucking music. And I can see the fake from the real. And you know what's even more suspicious, you guys? Is when you see the fake rise and be highlighted heavily, 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 heavily. But again, like I said, they won't touch his music. We're not hearing his music all over the fucking radio. And that's what pisses these people off. That's what pisses them off. Seeing all of Ryan's shorts of thousands and thousands and thousands of supporters from all over the fucking world. All over the world. Who promote Holler Boys in their truck and in their vehicle decals. Do you guys have that? I mean, seriously, ask yourself that. Even the ones who signed to the big record labels, okay? Who are now going to the fucking damn Grammys and all this other bullshit. Or the ones that are trying to get to that level and that's your real goal. Do any of you guys have that? Do you guys have supporters who, do those kinds of things? Nope, you don't. You don't. A lot of you motherfuckers sold your soul to the fucking devil of the music industry, and a lot of you are in line to do that. Don't get mad at the sharp-minded man who's ran circles around half of your dumb asses. And don't get mad at the man who has your asses on audio. You walked into the wrong fucking playground, okay? Do what is right. Take accountability for your fucking actions and your words. Ryan has a heart of gold, and he seems very, very forgiving, okay? All it takes is acknowledgement. All it takes is somebody to step the fuck up and say what they did was wrong and make something right. But you know what? I think he raised the bar when he said he's going to be watching and seeing who shares his newest album that drops. And I can tell you right now, they may do it to be fake and to be scared. But I can tell you guys right now, you have time to make things right. But you know what? I think people, they're just so egotistical and so pissed off over their own wrong and blame him so heavily for what they fucked up and what they said with their own fucking words in their own mouth. They won't do it. And then when that day comes, I think you guys are going to see a whole fucking other breed of a pit bull. I really do. Because I can tell you right now, if you guys pay attention to Ryan and stuff, he doesn't have to make threats. He doesn't have to be some big badass wolf. No. He kills you with his fucking words and the truth. And I also know, as a supporter and listening, okay, not just watching, but listening to that man's words, he's not going to say that he has something in his back pocket without backing it up. So while he is moving mountains and doing what he always does, he's got these other motherfuckers scrambling around. They're losing sleep. You know why? Because they're thinking. They're thinking right now, what did I say? Oh my God, who was I talking shit about? Well, guess what? Here's what I think. And again, without talking to Ryan, without listening to any audio, I can tell you guys exactly what the fuck I think. What I think is a handful of people who everybody thinks is so close or has each other's fucking back probably talked fucking shit about that other fucking person on a whole nother level. And then guess what's going to happen, motherfuckers? Once this pit bull is fucking had enough and reveals to the world what the fuck has really been said and done, not only are you going to look like a total douchebag, okay? Your ass is going to be exposed. But guess what else? Guess what else? You are then going to understand that the real person who probably had your back was the one who fucking recorded your ass and not the one you were talking shit about. And it's all going to fucking come out. It's all going to come out. But he has basically told people how you can avoid this. Okay. See who's real and see who's fake. But I can tell you guys right now, I have a feeling this is the beginning. This is just the beginning of something very, very nasty that's going to take place. And I don't think that it is Ryan's fault by any means. I think it's going to be the fault of these other people. But I see this getting very nasty because, okay, you're going to see who's going to buckle out of fear. Okay. You're going to see who's going to really be the loose candidate here, the one that is guilty. They're going to share his shit. But then you're going to have one who's just absolutely going to think like, no, 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 this motherfucker don't know shit. He don't have nothing on me. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. Man, buckle up. Buckle up. Because I really honestly think shit's about to get real. Okay. This man is on the road to a higher success, you guys. How long did we hear Ryan say what he wanted the most? What did he say he wanted the most? What he has been saying for so long is what he has wanted the most was to get back on tour and to get on the road. Okay. And do what he loves. So, do you think for a damn second that he is going to let any distractions stop him in his tracks along the way? Absolutely fucking not. The man has his lineup. He has his tour date set. He has his shows reserved. He has his supporters on their way to watch his shows. He is starting to get fired up. And I told you guys this months back on my previous channel. I told you guys, I said, and I know a lot of you guys who follow that channel, you will remember this. And Ryan may remember this. I said that that man will get back on tour and he is going to blow up and he is going to be bigger than he has ever been. That is what I feel and I believe still to this day. And I can tell you right now, for all those people out there who would rather stay silent and not admit to their wrongdoing, okay, it's going to bite you in the ass. Because I strongly feel and believe this man is going to outdo all of you guys. Okay. You need him in your corner. Okay. You need that man in your corner because he is one of the biggest assets in that industry. Just because you guys don't see him at the fucking Grammys, just because you guys don't hear his music on the radio on the daily being overplayed and overhyped, you cannot compete with what he has done. And you motherfuckers out there know if his shit was played on the radio on the daily, okay, there would be nobody else. And that is why he is a threat. And the other reason why he's a threat is because his bark is loud. It is loud. And guess what? When he barks, he has millions of people who hear that bark. And that is what you guys are afraid of. And that's what you guys want to still and what you want to take away. It's a lot like something else. Okay. But I can tell you right now, I am proud of him. I really am. And you know what? Shame on you. Shame on the people who have, fucked him over. The people who have tried to take advantage of him, try to use him for gain. That's not how you do it. You stay genuine, you stay true. Okay? And people see the real from the fake. So, like I said, we got a lot of fake Louis Vuitton bags out there. But you know what's really good about a very good, authentic Louis Vuitton bag, you guys, is they hold up. They last forever. Okay? And they don't go out of style. But the knockoff ones, they always go out of style and they fall apart like total shit. So just think about that. Okay? But so much love to all of you guys. And I'm telling you right fucking now, I am getting a fucking t-shirt. I'm getting a t-shirt made. And it's going to say Upchurch is my coffee. Because I tell you right now, there's not many people that I listen to, you guys, that I get done. And I'm like, literally put my phone down and think, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? There's not many people like that. There's nobody else that I listen to that gives me that kind of a feeling. And that says a lot because I can tell you right now, I I don't get that very often. But I'm telling you, he's like a fucking cup of coffee. He will wake your ass up, whether you like him or whether you don't like him. And that's just the truth. He has got a talent. He's got a talent that is sharp as a knife. And he knows how to use that. So, again, this is going to be very interesting how this is played out. But so much love to all of you guys. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. And pay close attention, you guys. The signs are there. They've been there. People are just too stupid to put things together and to identify the bigger picture. But for the real people out there who do support, that watch and listen, you already know what's up. So again, much love to all of you guys. Have a kick-ass day.